Well, it's always so good to talk to you, and hey, we get to
Likewise.
talk about something a little bit different this time. This
That's
this
right.
looked like a wonderful kind of paid vacation, right?
It sort of was. I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to be ashamed of that fact. It was a wonderfully paid vacation that I had a blast working on.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit different from your last from your other filming in Italy, right?
That's right. Yeah, quite different. Quite different. Yeah, I prefer this one actually
Yeah.
for many reasons. It's a lot less painful.
I was gonna say there's good food, good music,
There was
beautiful
much more
scenery.
gelato and pasta. I'll tell you that much than there
Yeah.
was for season six in The Chosen. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that is absolutely for sure.
Absolutely. Well, do you have a favorite memory that stands out to you where you're just looking around going, this is great. I love this.
Oh, I mean, I think day one, we're all just like looking at each other like, what are we doing here? How did we get here? This is I'm in a scene with Kevin James and Kim Coates, and we're just having a blast and being told to just make it your own and have fun. And it's like it doesn't get much better than that as an actor, in Italy of all places. So yeah, it was pretty darn cool.
Absolutely. And you got to bring out the New Yorker in you a little bit, right?
Yes, I went back deep into my roots. I went true method, and I just remembered all those times I sat in Long Island pretending to be a therapist. Wait, no, I didn't do that. No, but yeah, I did get to channel my inner Long Island boy.
hmm And what is it about this one that just stood out to you where it's just, I'm sure it was a pretty quick yes.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin James called me up and says, "Hey, I think I got a movie for us." And I said, "Great. When do we start?" And then, I knew whatever it was. I didn't. There was no script at the time, so I said, "Yeah, sure, 100%. Like whatever you're doing, I'm in." And so, like, it's not a call you kind of turn down because Kevin is just a comedic genius. And then when I actually got to talk a couple months later with him and the Canaan brothers who put this together between writing and directing and editing and music and everything, when I started to see what the story was, I was just like, I mean, this is perfect. This is so good. It was so good. I was so excited. And then you get there and you hope like, man, if it films as good as it's written, I think we got something here. And then you get through that and you're like, if they edit it as good as they shot it, I think we have something here. And after seeing it last night with a full packed theater and on a giant screen with fantastic sound, I can't help but feel like I think we got something here. It's something really special. It's something that nobody's done in almost a generation. Was to put a rom com like this in the theater that looks so beautiful. That's got these plot twists that nobody sees coming. I think, and it's wholesome, and teenagers can watch it, and octogenarians will get it and love it and have loved it. And so I think it's just so unique and so special. So I'm really proud of it.
Absolutely. Well, and of course, I was able to watch it with my parents and they really enjoyed it. And they go, they don't make movies
Awesome.
like this anymore, which is one of the greatest compliments of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they wanted to build something that could just, like Kevin, I think he wanted to do something that felt nostalgic, like all the films we grew up with in like the 80s and the 90s, like something that would just last and just could be a comfort film for people that just like, oh, let's just put on Solo Mio and just watch it, and it stands the test of time. And I think this really does that.
Yeah. And also it's kind of interesting to get a movie, that's the kind of for guys like we've gone through this stuff.
Yeah,
And even
yeah.
Angel has a campaign the guys get to go free. It's
Guys go free. I'm like, you're doing what? Are you sure that's a good idea? Like, trust us. I'm like, oh yeah, you guys are the marketing guys. You know what you're doing when it comes to marketing. And like, I know so many people that are just the that premise alone has brought people in. But then when they see the film, I mean, everybody's seen it, have been telling people about it already. And so I think that's the way it needs to be. Word of mouth. You can't beat word of mouth
yeah, it's true.
advertising.
Well, and depending on who you are and what you've been through, you might get something totally different out of it. What are you hoping that people will think about or take away or talk about? Because hard not to talk about.
Yeah, I think it's a couple of things. I think it's that you're never too old to find love or to find success at something later in life, like, you know, I think time is sort of it's a limiting concept in many ways. And I think if people can kind of push past that idea, or what society would dictate is like, oh, this is, if you haven't done it by this time, don't bother. I think we want people to say like, no, it's not too late. And the other is that what I was talking about before, that this movie needs to be seen in theaters. It was made for theaters. It's shot so beautifully that you couldn't watch this and get the same experience on a phone, on an iPad, on a small screen by yourself. Like, you need, I mean, you can go watch the movie by yourself, but you won't be by yourself, because you will be partaking in this communal experience, laughing with people and crying and gasping. And that is the apex of the cinematic experience. And that's what this movie deserves. And I think that I hope people will want to go back to seeing films in the theaters again when they see this movie, because I think it gives us a lot of hope that, yeah, there's great cinema still to be made. And hopefully this will land somewhere in the pantheon.
Yeah. And what a blessing too to be able to continue to make things that, are meaningful and that touch
Amen.
people. I mean, you've probably been thinking a lot about that lately with all of your work.
Yeah, it kind of having done The Chosen and still doing, one more season of The Chosen, and seeing the impact that it's had on culture and on people individually, and the messages that I get, it made me realize the power and the value of art in the culture, and the importance of it in the culture, and then the importance of bringing light to the culture versus darkness. There's plenty of companies and people that do darkness very well, and can contribute that, and are going to contribute that, whether we want it or not. And so, as an artist who contributes to the light in the culture, like, I have to counteract that darkness with the projects that I choose and the work that I decide that I want to do and be a part of. And Solo Mio is one of those projects where it's not specifically a faith-based film, but the values and the morals with that come within a faith-centered culture or a person are inherent there, which is why anybody can watch it. Kids, teenagers can watch it and love it and feel good, and we want people to feel good watching films and TV shows. At least I do, from the projects that I work on. And Solo Mio is one of those films that you'll feel good walking out of.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to tell everyone to go see it in the theater. Appreciate
Awesome.
your time as always, and thank you for the great
Thanks,
answer.
Paul.
Please keep being the light, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks, Paul. God bless.
Thank you
Appreciate you,
so
man.
much. Okay,
See
God
ya.
bless.